Ram to everyone. I offer myself at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagwan. Where do I begin to tell the story how great Sai's love can be? The simple truth about the love he brings to me. Where do I start? I think I have to go down the memory lane to share the memories of what is the divine connect I have with Swami. How Swami had took me into his fold and he ensured that the divine connect is there throughout. So it was when I was in 8th standard, we all as a family had come to Bangalore for sightseeing. So we stayed in Hamsini Akka's mom's place. So she was Swami's devotee already. So the very first day morning, we are supposed to start for the sightseeing. Then auntie said, we will get ready. We will go to Whitefield. We will have Swami's darshan. Swami is here. Before Aarti, we have to reach there so that we can have Swami's darshan. So I was very indifferent to Swami at that time. I was very much uninterested. In fact, I went to my mom and I asked, only you and dad are going or all of us are also coming? So she said, no, all of us would be going. Otherwise, it will be delayed for the sightseeing. So no scope for escaping also. I had to go. So I went. We all sat in the darshan hall. Surprisingly, within few minutes, even I started swinging and swaying for the Swami's bhajans there. The door opened, Swami came and he was giving darshan. He was there for one bhajan and aarti. Darshan was over. Swami went inside and we were back in the car and had continued the sightseeing. So darshan was very peaceful for me. I saw Swami, so loving smile, mesmerizing, wonderful vibrations. That's it, done. After 4 years, again in darshan hall, again darshan, but this time as Swami's student. Never ever I had imagined I would become Swami's student and have darshan like this. So it's been 2 weeks. We had joined the institute. I was enjoying Anantapur's activities, the schedule. Since I was a disciplined child, I was enjoying the rhythm of Anantapur. Everything was perfect. I was learning, I was enjoying. But I was missing my home. I was missing my mom. I was missing my dad. I didn't want to stay there. I want to go back home. So this was the first darshan we had. I thought after darshan, I will go back to Anantapur. I'll write a letter. I will go back home. That was my feeling. So we were all sitting in the darshan hall, waiting for Swami to come. Swami came. Another glimpse. Entering inside the Kulwant hall, I saw Swami with the same mesmerizing smile. He was approaching the block where we usually sit, right? So the designated blocks, he was approaching near. And Jam ma'am, our warden ma'am, she got up. She saw Swami and she told Swami, first year students had come for darshan. So please give them nice darshan. So Swami asked her, Amma, andaru vachara, first years vachara, manchidi. For me, that small conversation at that moment was enough. I could feel that motherly love in him. Whatever I was missing all these days, I could feel that in him. Such 2-3 statements, that's it. And then the same day, we got saris from Swami. Nice gift. We were all happy. We got saris from Swami. And we also had to finish the afternoon darshan. And we have to go back to Anantapur. So evening again, we had come for darshan. So same, Swami came, he was giving darshan. So he was approaching our block, and Jai ma'am, he was approaching towards Jai ma'am. And he asked Jai ma'am, Jayamma, చీరలు కట్టుకోలేదా, పిల్లలకి నచ్చలేదా చీరలు? He was asking in Telugu, did they not like the sarees? Why didn't they wear the saree? So again, the statements were same, like how my mom asked me, how she feels if we do not wear the dress what she buys, how she feels if we wear the dress she buys, right? It's exactly the same love I had got from Swami again. Just those two statements, I was assured I have the motherly love, I have the parental love I have at my home. The same thing is assured in Anantapur again. So he was exiting after the darshan. He was looking at me. Out of many other students, he was having that eye-to-eye contact with me, deep into my eyes. Darshan was so beautiful for me. I had again the same assurance, that small glimpse, that look of Swami was enough for me to stay in Anantapur, to continue in Anantapur. Everything was assured. The motherly love was assured. The fatherly love was assured. That small look, that's it. Done. I was in Anantapur. So some of my friends had told me that, Swami takes letters. Whatever you write in the letter, your wishes will be fulfilled. Then since I like diary writing, I thought, okay, let me write letter to Swami. Instead of writing diary, I would write letter to Swami directly. Nothing much to ask to Swami for me. At most, I would have asked only take care of my family, which is, very common, right? Just take care of my family. But everything else would be like what I did that day, or, the thought process in the day, something like that. So my routine would be, I go to Parthi. I mean, we as a group, so we go to Parthi in the night. I write the letter to Swami. I sleep, and next day morning, I hold the letter and go for darshan. So every time, Swami used to look at me, that, that eye-to-eye contact, that assurance that I am there, I'm listening to you. Everything was there. But he never looked at the letter. He never took the letter from me. But I continued to write the letters. So that was, first semester was about to end. That was the last darshan we had. And then after that darshan, we had to board the train to go for the vacation. Right? Then I was like, I was so determined. I want Swami to take all my letters. Then I put all my letters in one cover. Then I glued it. And I said, if Swami is not taking, I'll post it in the letterbox before I go to my hometown. Right? So I was that determined. I wanted the first line. The sooner you go and form the line in the lobby, you will be the first one to sit. Okay? So I got up at 2:00, got ready by 3. I was the first one to sit. That was the last darshan, right? So we were like that. Everybody wants the first line. So, okay, I was holding the letter. I got the first line. I sat, again waiting for Swami's darshan. So this time I was so adamant, right? So determined. I want Swami to take my letters, right? So I was continuously praying, Swami, please take my letters. Swami, take my letters. I wanted that wow factor, Swami took my letters. Nothing much to ask, but then such innocent asks, right? So, well, I was sitting there, Swami again, as he entered the Kulwant hall, he started looking at me. He was nicely staring as he was, passing through us. So the way he looks towards us, so we usually sit towards the right side in the Kulwant hall as he enters the hall, right? So he was nicely looking towards the right side like this. I thought, Swami, please take my letters. Swami, please take my letters. And then there were just 2 people next to me. And at that moment, he turned his head towards the other side. Swami, I was waiting and I was expecting you would take my letters, and you turned your head towards the other side. You know how a friend teases you, if you want something, in the same way he was teasing. Okay, so he turned towards the other side, and then Swami, please. And then as the car was moving towards, even it was crossing me, and then Swami turned towards this side and he stretched his hand, he asked for the letters. It was like, wow, Swami is asking me for my letters. So I handed over my letters to him. So that was a very small thing for me. For Swami it is like nothing else in the letter, but then those were just some innocent asks that we usually do to Swami, and he ensures that those things are done. That is an assurance from him that the connect is there with him, and that is the divine connect. That's it for me. Swami was hearing to my prayers. Swami was looking at me. Swami had took my letters. So the divine connect is done. Yes. So Swami had took me into his fold when I was in 8th standard. But then for me to have this divine connect, it took me so much time to understand what Swami's love was. So fine, vacation done. I was back to Anantapur again. So now no more letters. Don't want any more letters. I had got that wow factor that yes, Swami took my letters, enough. Now I started conversing with Swami every day, almost like, you go to the prayer hall, you say, Swami, come, let's go to the prayer hall. He had almost become like my friend, my companion, actually. Right. So if you go to college, Swami, come, let's go to college. So I was like that in every day. And it was final year, almost it's going to be done. So sometimes we used to have interview from Swami. All students would be sitting in the bhajan hall and Swami would give interview. He would usually tell how you have to behave in your in-laws house, how you have to take care of your parents, how you have to conduct yourselves when you're amongst people, what kind of dress you have to wear, when you're going to meetings or anything like that. So this is how he used to talk to us and tell us how to conduct. Okay. So I was very much engrossed and impressed with the way Swami was telling. And I had never grabbed any opportunity to go nearer to Swami, make way for myself and go near to Swami and take Pad Namaskar, or ask Swami for something. I never took an opportunity like that whenever there was a chance. Never. So final year is about to end. I was so lost that, I was feeling so bad that I never grabbed an opportunity from Swami like this. Will I ever get a chance like this, sitting so close to Swami, asking for Pad Namaskar or anything that I wanted? Why did I not take a chance like this? I was repenting like anything. I thought I would miss the connect. I cannot, sit so close to Swami and feel the divine connect. So final year is over. I think it's been 20 days. I was back home. So after 20 days, one night, I got a dream. Swami is sitting in a chair and there is a table in between. I was on the other side of the table. So again, I was just so close to Swami, praying again inside only, praying Swami Pad Namaskar. I was not even uttering, or I was just thinking, shall I utter it? Shall I ask Swami? That's it. And then Swami said, take Pad Namaskar. I was like, Swami, I didn't even ask anything to you. You are asking me to take Pad Namaskar. Wow. Okay. Then Swami had put his feet on the table for me to take Pad Namaskar. It's like I need not go all around the table to take Pad Namaskar. Not necessary. He himself put his feet on the table and he said, take Pad Namaskar. I was like, wow. Then I took Pad Namaskar. Then I was like, just got up and Swami, is this for real? So time and again, he is assuring that though you are out of the institute, you are still connected with me. You are still in my fold. Don't worry. So, I mean, one more instance was like, it was now marriage time. I was, having that kind of fear again. I wanted only Swami's devotee as my husband. I was so, what, probably to be adamant. Instead of asking Swami, or, instead of trusting Swami, I was for myself, that's it. I want Swami's devotee. That probably the life would be peaceful, simpler after marriage. Yeah, usually any girl would have such kind of fear, right? So it's the same fear, how my life would be later on. Will I be missing Swami after marriage if I don't get Swami's devotee? So those were the fears that were going on. So I was not asking Swami, I was not referring anything to Swami. I was just thinking, I want. That was my, eagerness or anxiety, probably. So guess what? I had got Swami's student himself as husband, not just Swami's devotee. So again, assuring me that you are connected with me even after your marriage. Don't worry. You are there with me only. I am holding you. Never worry about anything. So we plan to go to Parthi for blessings for wedding, right? So our train reached a little late, so we missed the morning darshan. So we were roaming around in Parthi because we missed the morning darshan, right? So you have a lot of time for afternoon darshan. So we were near this indoor stadium, the newly built indoor stadium, right? Then we heard that Swami is coming this way. Nothing over there happening actually. So, but Swami was coming through our way. Then we all stood to have darshan. When Swami goes through that way in car, we can have the Swami's darshan, right? So I felt like, what if you miss darshan? I am coming to you to bless you, to give you darshan. It's like he was not able to wait anymore. He wants to come to give me darshan, to see me and to bless me. That was my feeling. So my dad was standing here, I was standing here, and next to me was my would-be husband, right? So Swami came. Swami was looking at my dad. He was not looking at me, and he was looking at my would-be husband. I was like, why Swami is not looking at me? He is so tactical, huh? He can look like that. He in between, I was standing there. How he could not look at me, I never understood. Right. So then we heard within minutes, okay, Swami is coming back. We heard the Swami is coming back. Again, we stood on the opposite side of the road for one more darshan. So we again the same way we stood. So Swami was again coming back. He was looking at my dad. He was not looking at me, but he was looking at my would-be husband. We were just there, right? Okay, so then I understood, okay, Swami got angry. So I know, Swami, I'm sorry. I did not lay complete trust on you. I wanted to take my own decisions. I was definitely sorry, Swami. Please, I want your blessings. I am coming for afternoon darshan. I will sit with the card. I want your blessings. I want your darshan. Please, the same earning, the same, love that is waiting to connect with Swami again. So I was sitting in the darshan line. Lucky me again. So one of our ma'ams had asked me to come and sit in the front line, the first line of students. So again, I sat in the first line where students usually sit. So she gave me some place for me. I can sit next to her, So I sat there with my invitation and the vibhuti packet. So I was waiting for Swami to come. I was eagerly waiting. Swami, please help me. Please bless me. I'm really sorry. I will not do this again. This is a one-time experience for me. I will lay complete trust on you every time, anytime. So that was a learning for me. Fine. Swami was exiting. So that's when, he exits through the students' block and we could take darshan again. So Swami, he just crossed the podium, took a turn, and he was coming closer. And from the turn, he was looking at me deep into my eyes again. He was looking at the card. He was looking at the vibhuti packet. I mean, that's enough for me. He blessed me. That's it. I said, Swami, this is a one-time experience. That's it. I know how to lay trust on you now. Thank you so much. So that was again an assurance for me that you are connected to me. Why are you worrying? Just lay complete trust on me. I will take care of everything. So every time I have a family issue, or every time I have any health issue which related to my son, or anything that is disturbing my daily pattern or daily routine. So definitely Swami would come into my dream and he would say, "Nen chuskuntan." That's it. In Telugu, he would say, "Nen chuskuntan" is, I will take care of it. Don't worry, kind of, continuous assurance that I will take care of it. You don't worry. So, no tension, nothing. Everything is calm down. I can perform everything, my own routine, just leave everything to Swami. So, one such incident was, so recently my mother-in-law had to undergo a brain surgery. So, there are no ways that we could escape it. So, she entered the operation theater. All that we could pray Swami was, "Swami, please take care of her." Nothing else asked, no questions asked. Only thing that we could pray is, "Swami, please take care of her." That's it. Operation was done. Doctor came out. He called all of us into his room and he said, "Operation was successful. Your Swami was there to perform everything well." So he was there taking care of everything. That's it. What else to ask? What else to think? Swami had assured again the divine connect is in existence. So one more such incident. It's not just, to this generation or earlier generation. He would pass on his love to the next generation, to the new generation as well, to my son. So it was one day when I was busy with some of his works. So I was, we were to present a drama to Anantapur, as like students. So I was busy editing some of the scenes, and I couldn't accompany my son to go down for his playtime. So he went alone. He was cycling. Suddenly, there is somebody who had come, and he had put a brake and he fell down. He fell down so dangerously that, he did two times the palti, the somersault. Two times he rolled over and the cycle fell down in such a way that the bell broke, the light broke, the cycle chain broke. It was really dangerous. So one of my neighbors was there down, and she got him back home, and she said he fell down dangerously bad. I mean, it was bad. So please go check him properly if there is some injury or anything. I said, "Okay, thank you." I closed the door. I was just thinking, Swami, what to do? What happened? That's it. That was the connect I had with Swami. Then I went, I checked him completely. I asked him to move, jump, go around, walk around, move all your body parts. So he was absolutely fine. I mean, not even an inch of injury for him. I think it's needless to say how, what, who did it. I mean, he also showed me how he fell down. I got so scared. I mean, if it was a normal thing, I mean, if it was not Swami there who was protecting him, I definitely would have some fracture in his back or leg. It was that dangerous, actually. So I think just one connect with Swami. Swami, what to do? Swami, how to do? Swami, please look at this. I think rest is assured. We are all in his fold. Just like how Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, he promises Arjuna in the last verses in the 18th chapter. He ends the Bhagavad Gita by telling Arjuna, don't worry, Arjuna, just offer yourselves to me, connect with me, leave all the religions aside, just come to me, surrender to me, and I will give you moksha. I will give you everything, whatever you deserve. Just be fearless. Don't worry. This is what Krishna had promised Arjuna. And that's what Swami had always been telling us. Just come to me, surrender yourselves to me, and I will give you what you deserve, what is best for you. Time and again, he had proved me in my day-to-day life, every day, just a small connect with him, and yes, rest is assured. And that is the divine connect for me with Swami. So I need not go to Parthi every time. I need not go and have his physical darshan every time now. Like how Swami says, I am within you. Just see within yourself, you will find me. Talk to me as your friend. And that's what exactly for me now Swami is. The best friend now. Just talk to him every day, every moment, in every walk of your life. Rest is assured. That's it. And I would like to end my talk with a small bhajan. भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं, हरि नाम बिना आनंद नहीं, जप ध्यान बिना संयोग नहीं, प्रभु दर्श बिना प्रज्ञान नहीं, दया धर्म बिना सत्कर्म नहीं, भगवान बिना कोई अपना नहीं, साई नाम बिना परमात्मा नहीं, साई भजन बिना सुख शांत नहीं. Sai Ram. Thank you, everybody.